Hey, what's up, YouTube? And Forza5150 here, and today what we're going to do is we're going to unbox the HP OMEN. One of the main things with this one is that it has an i7 8750H, which is higher than the last one that I opened, which was the 8300, and that was the i5. Could give us a lot more performance, and that's what we're hoping to actually get on this laptop versus the last one. This one has the i7 in it. 8750H. It has 2.2 gigahertz, which I hear that you can turbo it to 4.2. You probably want to try to find a way to keep it pretty cool if you decide to overclock it to that or turbo it. Has Windows 10 15.6 screen on it. We also have the GeForce GTX 1060. So it's pretty much really close to the last one that I opened, but it has a higher generation of processor, and we're just gonna see how this thing is. All right, so the last laptop that we did, it gamed pretty well, and it had the i5 on it. Now I'm hoping that we'll get more performance out of the i7 that we do with the i5, but who knows, we may just only get a little bit better, which I'm kind of expecting only a little bit better because, you know, we have the 8300 basically versus the 87. So there's not a huge difference in it. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. The box is actually a lot better than the Dell one that we did. That one was just terrible. Ooh. See, now this one is nice. I mean, look, I mean, they have a presentation to the actual boxing that tells me that they care about their product a little bit more. I mean, they're going to put money into this. I mean, you wouldn't have to do this. I mean, putting a little pad basically has it's pretty much all the documentation. But yeah, this is actually kind of decent of them to provide. So they also, it looks like they put some foam in here, keeping it a lot more like the other one, the Dell that we had. It had a really, really thin, like not even a shed of this one as the protection for the screen and everything. This is just some warranty, support. So that's your information for your support. We have your warranty information. Oh, and that is beautiful. I do like the view of this. So we're going to go ahead. I'm trying to make sure that you can actually see what's going on here. Sorry about that. Put it down a lot lower than the last time. I just don't want to have that go into my desktop. All right. So we have a regular power cable. Actually, that's a regular power cable that, let me see the wattage on it. I don't think it tells you how many amps, but it's basically the same that you have for your main power supply. From what I hear, the HP OMEN does have a lot better power rating than a lot of the others. However, it does not last longer. From what I understand, you know, a lot of them have like a 7-hour time. This is actually, I kind of like this power, mainly because of the type. You know, it's more universal. Finding a replacement probably wouldn't be that bad. I'd probably have to look at the power rating on it, 200 watts, to see if I could actually use it with, you know, say a cord I get from my power supply. All right, so let's go ahead and get the meat of this out of here. A little bit of debris on it, and this was not a refurb. It shouldn't have been, so let's go ahead and put this all back in. All right, so let's go ahead and get this out of here. And of course I will do some reviews with gaming with this one, like I did with the last one, Monster Hunter World, and of course CSGO. All right. This one looks a lot better than the other one. I mean, I kind of like the look of the last one. You know, it had just the logo on the back of it, you know, simple and stuff like that. This one, it has more of a, I guess, a design. Like, this isn't all graded. I mean, it's kind of like it feels kind of like a plastic and really, really fine end on it. And this is like a, you know, brushed metal. I really like the logo that they put on this one. I mean, that one's pretty cool. That's some good art design there. The main thing that drew me to this one versus another laptop was all of your main things are in the back, like your Ethernet port, 3.1 USB, your HDMI mini display port, and your Thunderbolt connection is all in the back. And I like that because it's not going to get in the way. It's not off to the side and stuff like that. This one has the power on the right side. The other one, like if you remember, I mentioned I'm always on the right side of my bed. So if I'm using a laptop in bed, my wife is always on the left side, and I did not like having to wrap around the. I mean, that's more of a personal preference, but I didn't like wrapping around the power cable. All right, so on our left side, what we have is another 3.1. So we have, you know, our 3.0s and 3.1s in this. Basically, it has SS on there, letting you know that it's the newest ones. It also has your headphone jack and microphone jack. On the right side, we're looking at a USB 3.0 as well. It does have ventilation here and here. We have speakers on each side here and here. One thing I liked about the Dell was that it actually had fan or a ventilation in the very front. This one does have a little bit more on the bottom. I mean, it has a lot of room. There's an entire fan here, entire fan there. Oh, that is beautiful. So one thing I wanted to mention here is that the screen itself looks smaller than the Dell, but they're actually the same size. One thing is that because how thin it is on each side here, it makes it seem like it's a little bit smaller. We're going to see if they have this thing pre-charged. It is pre-charged. How do you like that? We actually have some power to it. Another thing with this one, the keyboard colors have different sections. You can change everything. You can also change the WASD to be a different color. The one thing with the Dell is that you had just one color. You had no RGB on it. We also have the camera here, which is 720p. I don't know, guys. I mean, what do you think? This one I think is better than the last one, mainly because of the i7. But, you know, i7, i5, i3 doesn't really matter as long as you're getting the same power and the cores done, and obviously the cache into the chip. So a lot of the i5s can beat out some of the i7s. You know, just depends on what generation that you're actually getting. And they've been getting a lot more confusing. I mean, they just keep on updating older ones and making them new. All right, so that's about it, guys. Basically, I mean, this laptop is a bit better. I like the design a lot better than the old one. What we're gonna do is obviously test it out. It does feel a little bit heavier than the old one. So I don't have the exact weight for this one, but, you know, I can go ahead and put that here. And I feel like it's a little bit heavier than the other one.
You sit on a throne of lies.
So carrying it around, it's going to be a bit heavy, not that bad. As far as the bottom goes, I noticed one thing is that this has more like rubber bottoms on it that will stop it from sliding. Like, this thing is really difficult to slide. Anyway, let me know what you think about this this laptop. Tell me if you have one, if you're planning to get one, if you have any games you want me to try on it that you might play, that you want to see before you buy it, because I will definitely go ahead and do some benchmarks, or at least just some gameplay and performance tests on it. So let me know. Thanks for watching the last video. If you want to see the Dell open box and the gameplay, go ahead and check the playlist, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description as well to the Dell. So I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching, and make sure you hit that like button and definitely subscribe with the bell icon. Make sure you get more updates from me. You all have a great day and happy gaming.